This is the Made Creative Podcast. Ooh, yeah. We've got some special guests today, and we're ready to talk to them.
Hello, and welcome to the Made Creative Podcast, your monthly podcast of creativeness. My name is Sam, and with me as always is...
What's up, guys? Connor here.
And with us today, we have two special guests. Starting on my right, your left is...
Me.
Wow, that was such a good intro until Ruben ruined it. And on my left is...
Me.
Good. That's Joel.
I'm me. Joel,
you guys. And me.
Joel, you know what? You did fantastic with our intro. It was a bit of a slower one today, but
Listen.
I think, you know what? It was still unique and different.
My fingers hurt, and I think we just did something.
I ran out of breath 5 times during it.
Why?
Yeah, it's like I couldn't exhale any more air and didn't know what to do.
Why did we record a song for 3 hours when we just did it in 2 minutes?
That's right. Yeah, and it's recorded as well.
And it's recorded.
Yeah,
like, let's release that on Spotify.
Yes, it is recorded.
We should just keep doing them.
Almost every month.
No, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that because Joel would suffocate because he'd forget to breathe.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, welcome to the podcast for the month.
That's right.
This month, we did something special a couple of weeks ago. I'm just going to straight out be like, we recorded this a couple of weeks ago and it hasn't come out yet and we haven't heard what it's going to sound like yet. But when this podcast comes out, you'll have heard what it is. And so, Connor, do you just want to explain what we did?
Yeah, so we did for those that have been watching the channel, we did a songwriting challenge where we gave ourselves 3 hours to write and record a Christmas carol.
We did, because we're making a tradition to write a Christmas carol every year.
Yep, that's right. And after 10 years, I'll tell you that later. I'll tell him later.
After 10 years.
Yeah, after 10 years. I'll tell him in 10 years.
Tell him in 10 years.
There'll be someone commenting
now.
on this in like 10 years being like, what is it?
Yeah. I hope. Yeah, so we did a challenge. Last year we did a Christmas carol called On Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day. Yep.
That's it. It's there.
And this year we thought we'd have a bit more fun with it, so we decided to turn it into like sort of a songwriting challenge.
Yeah, so we took inspiration from somewhere. Should we mention?
Yeah.
So we took inspiration from a dude called Rob Scallon on YouTube that does these album in a day videos once a year with his band the 1st of October.
1st of October.
And they record a full album, having never written or recorded any of it beforehand.
Super talented musicians
in
as well.
In a day.
Super
and we're talking like
guys.
10 to 11 songs on this new one.
Yep.
So they do that and we're like, that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot to like, it was like, I mean, Joel, like, it was a lot to set up, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
we spent almost as long writing and recording the song, packing up.
Yeah.
It's true.
And setting up.
And setting up, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we actually like, it's actually like, it's just intense. Like,
It was
there's a lot to
pretty
do.
full
Like,
on.
it's awesome. It was awesome
Yeah.
fun, but a lot to do.
So let's break it down. We had 3 hours to write and record a Christmas song, and it was not just acoustic. It was acoustic, vocals, bass, rhythm, and lead electric and drums
And
and
the
kazoo.
secret, and the kazoo. Can't forget the
kazoo.
kazoo. And we had harmonies as well.
That's true. And so, how did you guys find that experience?
Why are we all looking at me?
I think we should start with Ruben.
Okay, fine.
You mean me?
Sorry, I think we should start with me.
So that was a complicated joke.
It took a while.
That was actually pretty good. Yeah, no, it was I'll be honest, pretty stressful challenge. But overall, I think it was kind of pretty fun to just give it a try, just try and push our limits to see if we could get that done in 3 hours, because normally it takes us about a day.
And what do you like? We had 9 seconds left.
We had, yeah, and about 9 seconds left even for you to get your kazoo funny.
Yeah, I was like running to get the kazoo. Like,
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
And Ruben was a special boy on that one, and where me and Connor didn't really play we played kazoo, but we didn't really play multiple instruments.
I played the kazoo.
Yeah.
I think I'm officially
Ruben
a
was
Kazoo and
multi-instrumentalist.
acoustic.
Yeah, so
Ruben would-
technically he did like 3 instruments. He did
I guess
singing,
kazoo,
acoustic guitar.
I
and
was the
kazoo.
lazy one.
And I played bass as well.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
What happened there?
bass at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, right.
But Ruben got to play drums. Which,
And the electric.
electric.
Oh, yeah.
How was that? How was playing drums, Ruben?
Oh, it was super rusty, considering the fact that it's like been years since I've actually played drums in a band setting, let alone ever recorded anything. This is my first time ever recording something on the drums for a song. So keeping in time, trying to find a groove, trying to find a pattern, and only having about less than an hour to work with for myself.
Yeah, that's right. Before we have to move on to other
Was
stuff.
an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good.
hey.
I kind of just relied on all the skill sets and things like that that I've picked up over the years from having like band experience many years ago. With like, well, I used to play with Mounties Baptist there, so I used to work with those guys. Yeah, that was an experience and a half.
Yeah. Yes, you were a stress bunny that day.
Yeah.
Joel, how did you find it? Because you had the hardest job of all of us, I feel like. Do you reckon?
just keeping the tracks constantly like prepared to record all the time. Like,
Yeah. So he had to record a song, which is a lot of work, but also record all the audio for 3 hours as well.
yeah. And because when like none of us are like tech savvy when it comes to like audio and sound, Joel also had to set up basically everything by himself because we couldn't do any of it.
He's not a good delegator.
I started coiling up a cable and Joel was just like, no, put it down.
Yeah. So Joel, how did you find it?
I mean, I'd say on the best of days, my skills when it comes to like operating the recording stuff, like it can be a bit rusty, but then to put the 3 hour limit on, I was just like, right now, what do I need to make sure I'm 100% prepared for anything they throw at me, and just like refreshing myself and like how to make sure everything's working together and that.
Did you get a curveball thrown at you?
The harmonies. I was like, oh, we're doing harmonies. Okay, duplicate the track. And just record there over the top of your lead vocal.
So Sam though, what about you? Because obviously you're the one that introduced me to Rob Scallion stuff.
I've basically introduced everyone.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I found it myself.
True. Yeah.
So is it what you expected, or did you think it was going to be harder? Do you think it was easier?
I mean, there were some lessons learnt from this time, but I loved it. Genuinely, I had a lot of fun. I think I did a lot less writing than we usually do when we're just sitting and writing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, it's because there's so much to do. You can't just be like everyone focus on one thing and then move around and get them all done.
But I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I just find it fun. Like I didn't find it stressful.
Yeah.
It was fun to do. Yeah, it's just cool. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah. It was really fun. I would love to I don't know if we could do this with other people. You know, just even go head to head with someone maybe. I don't know,
Yeah.
But it was heaps fun.
Yeah. It definitely stretched my capabilities. But yeah, I remember doing something that I do a lot. That I don't know if it got filmed or not, but we finally figured that we should separate people. Like you should go and write the lyrics while we were recording other things. Yeah. And I remember walking in there and you got most of the lyrics down, but I think it was a chorus or a bridge. And I was like, all right, show me what you got. And then was like, oh, you should do this and this. And then I walked straight back out of the room to do my bass.
I briefly remember something like that. I think Ruben was like laying a track down and you had nothing to do. So you were like, oh, I'll come in and help lyrics. You came in and said something and then
gave like four lines and then I was like, good.
I don't know if we used that or not.
We did.
I can't remember.
Yeah, we did.
I can't remember. We have to look at the footage again.
Yeah,
and find out. So.
Yeah, because we haven't edited it yet. But let's run through the process of that 3 hours because we started out confident. I would say
I was very, very confident. I was like, I think we were like 20 minutes in or something, that maybe even less. And I was like, guys, it's basically done in my head. I was like, look, we've got all the parts. We're ready. I reckon we can do 2.
Yeah.
Speed here. We're going to do 2.
No,
and
they're
then,
not doing two.
and then
doing
we
two.
started recording for acoustic.
And then call it something.
So to start with, like, we genuinely got the form down real quick. Like, I think within 20 minutes, right? It was about
Yeah,
20
something-
to
I think
30
so.
minutes.
It was very quick.
Yeah, it was something like that.
By about 30 minutes, we had got a full song down. But I think we'd already made a critical mistake.
Yeah.
Which was, we wrote a 5-minute song.
Yeah. We wrote, literally the song went, how long does the song actually go for? Is it 5 minutes?
4:45 or something
Okay,
like
so
that.
it's nearly 5 minutes, yeah. Yeah, like a 5-minute song. Yeah, I think like Rob Scallion songs are like a lot shorter, like 2 minutes shorter at least.
2 to 3 minutes
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
What I said when we listened back to the bounce just before, I said to Ruben, we doubled a chorus for no reason. Like, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, it just felt it was right, you know? Like
It felt right.
Sometimes if it feels right, you just got to do it. Hey, and look, we had 9 seconds left.
Terrible decision.
Yeah. But it did add a level of like,
Yeah.
to it, which made it exciting.
We definitely, I'm going to just include this clip here of Connor going, we're going to do 2 songs.
Speed here. We're doing two.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can get 2 songs.
Yeah. He was very confident.
I can't remember the word for, like, I can't remember verbatim, but we'll see. It'll be there. But
Ruben, were you that confident we would do 2?
No, I expected it to go the way it went.
Ruben's the
45
realist.
minutes left and finally finished the scratch tracks.
Honestly, actually, I probably thought, I was like, are we actually going to make this?
Oh, I didn't think we were going to make it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There was
No
a
way.
point. I think it was like there was 15 minutes left, and we started recording vocals at like 15 minutes
Yeah.
left. I was like, this is gonna be closer than I thought. and then there was like what is it? It's like there was
1
like
minute left.
1 minute and 20 seconds or something left, something like that, or 1 minute left, and I was like, let's do the kazoo.
Yeah, I think Ruben's the realist. I got caught up and I was like, yeah, we can do 2 songs. We got this. But so we get the form down. And then we say to Connor, and this is where I'm going to fess up and say it was definitely my mistake to do this. But when we actually recorded our album, we did not use a click for the first 5 songs, and it was the stupidest decision we ever made.
Big mistake.
It was a big mistake.
We just painstakingly combed over that to try and make it as perfect as we could make it.
And I would say that I was so headstrong not to make the same mistake that we used a click for this. And I think that was a genuine mistake.
The difference is we spent 2 weeks doing the other ones instead of 3 hours. That was the big mistake.
Yeah,
it was just underestimating the time.
When
And
you
like
have 3 hours,
I did like what? How many? I did 4 takes of acoustic.
it took you 45 minutes to lay a scratch track down that wasn't in
It
time.
took him over an hour.
No, it didn't take me over an hour.
it did.
I
It
can't
took
remember
quite a
exactly.
while.
We have to look back on it.
The
but-
rest of us took like 45 minutes. He took like 45 minutes on the
I actually didn't take that long.
Yeah, well, like, pretty sure it was like over an hour though. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
Right,
I remember you started
we'll have
about.
the stats here, right? We'll have the stats of actually how long
I
things
remember
took.
you started about 2.5 and you'd finished at about 1:10 left.
Yeah,
I think
we
it was-
were really behind when
We
you
were
finished the
really
scratch
behind,
track.
yeah.
And it wasn't. Yeah, and it
I think,
wasn't
just
even
trying
in
to
time.
get it perfect was like,
Because-
just trying to like focus and get it on perfect was just like not really
You
achievable.
took the most time, but then Ruben had to actually lay down the drums to the click after that.
Yeah.
And that was next to impossible because it was still not in time.
That's right, yeah.
So
I just
poor
had to go
Ruben,
with it.
rusty on drums,
Yeah.
doesn't fully know what he's playing because we played it through as a band twice, maybe.
most of it was kind of like, most of it was okay. It was just the
Right at the
last
end,
chorus, last
like
chorus or something.
bridge and chorus right at the
Bridge
end.
and
were
chorus
just,
in
like,
the end was just
really
like
bad.
it just went messy. So
Yeah.
So I'm going to fess up and say that was my mistake. We shouldn't have run with a click. Right, Joel?
No.
I think I
should've
mentioned
just- we
that
should've just made it, like,
at
just
like
gone
2
honest
hours.
take.
I was at 2 hours to go. I was like, we shouldn't have done this with the click.
I think.
and then you were like, no, we gotta do this with
in
the click.
hindsight-
You remember we did this like when we were recording.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
this-
that's right.
And I was like,
yeah, time frame is hugely
really like
different.
3 hours, man.
In hindsight, if we had just recorded without the click, we probably could have done it. A
second song, I reckon.
A second song, yeah.
What's the problem with like just recording it as just one big take?
Oh,
Well,
just
my problem was
Everyone at once?
you didn't sit as much with Joel, but me and Connor sat with Joel while we tried to line up and make it work with audio without a click. And so in my
Yeah,
head,
well-
I went, I don't want to do that to Joel again. Joel, you can attest to this, right? How horrible it was.
That's what we pay him for, though. Wait,
I think the reason, Ruben, is just bleed, right? Like it's just bleed. Like obviously, like the bass is fine, right? The bass is just DI'd, but my acoustic and the drums, they're just going to bleed into each other.
Yeah.
So then you just get this awful like noise happening when like there's like this weird like echo that doesn't like, it just sounds gross. I think that you can do that. You can definitely do that, but you have to be in 2 different rooms. And I think that's what Rapscallion does.
Well,
in his videos.
they'll have the amp in another room.
sometimes,
They have like a drum room and then there's like a screen between them and they talk via their microphones to talk to each other.
They'll DI the acoustic as well. So they don't mic up the acoustic.
Yeah, but even then,
Or
the
the
acoustic
electric.
doesn't matter.
Oh,
The
sorry.
acoustic will still.
The acoustic doesn't
the
matter. They
electric.
usually do that, but they're
use
usually
electric,
doing a electric and drums at the same time.
Yeah.
And usually the guitar amp is just in another room.
Yeah.
And it's a very common thing for studios to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that's what I mean. So if we like, it's just not the setup we had.
Yeah.
Because we're just in a room. So
Yeah.
So
Probably
like
could
if
set
we
up
had
the drums
that,
in there.
Not
maybe
the best
could.
isolation. Those
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, it's
If we had that setup, then I think that would save heaps of time, obviously, because you can just play along with the drums. Don't worry about a click, and then you're in time with the drums, and that's all kind of.
and then
that
we
matters.
can just
I mean,
we
you
can just
can't because
record
Ruben,
over the
you're doing
drums.
we couldn't have though because Ruben was doing drums and electric.
No, but I was doing rhythm acoustic.
Yeah.
So I do the acoustic and the drums.
Oh,
and
that's
he
actually
does-
true.
He
Yeah,
does,
yeah,
he does
yeah.
electric
I
afterwards.
see what you mean,
And then
yeah.
lead after that.
Yeah.
So.
But that's all right. Anyway, so we live and learn. But so you recorded. So when we got together as a band, Connor wanted me to play a bass line, and I played
This
it.
is like less than a minute left though, as well.
No, I know, but I played it twice
At the beginning.
At the beginning, right? And so I record my bass, and in my head, I'm looking at the time, going, I don't have time to sit here and figure out a bass line again that he gave me ages ago while he's now writing lyrics, and I don't have time to record that and mess that up. I'm just going to play this really straight because
Sure.
it doesn't. It's fine. Like we got lead electric, hopefully, so it should be fine. That doesn't fly with Connor.
Yeah. Well, hey, no, because that's what the whole song was based off. That's where we started. How can we ignore that bit? That was the inspiration.
So I go and do my bit, like, good, cool, got it done reasonably quickly. More time for everybody else. Ruben comes in to do rhythm electric and lead electric, and then Connor pulls a fast one on me and
And
goes,
I'm like, oh, Sam, don't do the bass line. And you're like, I don't know what it is. And I'm like, I'll do it. I'll do it.
which I've never seen a worse bass player.
Never.
Oh, you haven't seen me.
Actually, no, I've definitely seen worse bass players, but mate,
Did I use a pick?
no, you used your thumb. You just went,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't play bass, so. But hey, it worked. That's fine. That's all that matters.
yeah.
So,
So yeah, that was fun. That was a good moment. And then in the background, we obviously had cameras dying and all that sort of stuff as well.
cameras running out of battery was a thing.
Yeah, it was wild. There was some challenges in there.
Brad said nothing went wrong on my end.
Yeah,
you
I
did
know.
really
Actually, that's
well.
amazing. There's nothing went wrong on your end.
You genuinely did really
I
well.
was shocked.
yeah.
Didn't your computer like crash at one point?
Nah.
Oh no, it nearly crashed. And you said
Nearly
no, it's all
crashed.
good. It's all good. Yeah.
I was.
It was like early on. It
Or
was
did
pretty
you have
early
like
on.
a system freeze or something?
It was like
No,
yeah,
because I was mixing all your like headphone mixes within Pro Tools.
Yeah.
And computers like aren't designed to process audio in real time.
yeah, sure.
And so usually you have quite a bit of delay between like you speaking into a microphone and then hearing it back in your headphones. But there are settings you can tweak to reduce that effect. But when you do that, you increase the likeliness of you just running out of processing power on your laptop and it just dropping out. So I was running it on like the day before I tested it, and I could I worked out like the second lowest latency setting. It was stable enough to have
Must be
every
dang
channel
quick, dude.
running
That
through.
must be really dang quick.
My goodness.
I mean, you spent $4,000 on your
I mean-
laptop though, so
I
you'd
mean,
hope
like-
it does it.
Logistically, Joel, there was all the mics for all the instruments. There was the lapel mics that you also had to run for us.
Yeah, sorry. Also, huge big shout out, thank you to
Joel's work.
Joel's
Stage
work.
and Studio Productions.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
Stage and Studio Productions.
Thanks, guys.
You guys are flipping amazing. Thank you so much for lending us the lapels.
Yeah.
Like, actually, so grateful.
Yeah.
Like, we literally like, how the heck are we going to do this? Because like, no one will be able to hear us. And that will not make an interesting video.
No.
And then Joel just dropped a bomb on me at one point and was like, oh yeah, work let me use the lapels. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
So nice.
What?
So nice. They're good people, Joel.
Yeah, they are good people. They are flipping good people.
Yeah. So, what was all of your favorite moments in that recording process, and what was your least favorite moment? I'll start. Least favorite moment is a tie between Connor recording a scratch track and Connor trying to do a bass line.
That's your worst moment?
Least favorite. Yep.
Oh,
my two least.
You must have had a
favorite.
really good experience.
man.
My favorite moment was walking into where he was writing lyrics to give him 3 lines and walk straight back out again. No, it was the kazoo. It was definitely the kazoo. I lost it. I fell under the drums.
Look, man, I'm not going to lie. When I hear the bounce and the kazoo bit comes up, I'm like, this is it. I'm all in now.
This was an alright song, but then the kazoo.
But then the
hits.
kazoo comes and I'm like,
Beautiful.
flip. Like I think, look, for me, worst experience was beforehand. I had to go to Mega Music to buy stuff like 4 or 5 times. That was the worst thing for me. And like every time I'm like, because I just went alone every time, and I was like, it's kind of lonely. Like it'd be cool if someone comes with me, but everyone's like setting up.
By the way,
and trying
you
to
can
get
tell
ready.
who's the extrovert by.
Yeah. Everyone's like setting up, trying to get stuff like organized. I'm like, nah, I get it.
I
It sucks,
totally would have
but
gone
whatever.
with you because
But
I
you
love
have to-
going to
but
Mega Music.
Yeah, I know
but
you
like,
would love to come. I get that, but you're the main one that has to stay and set up.
And also, he'd be the one that keeps you there longer as well.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
that
know.
was your
I think I
worst
could
bit.
best that with having a look at all the guitars.
Yeah, dude. And
That's true.
I would get suckered in too.
That's
I would be
true.
like,
Yeah, you went with Ruben.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
true.
Sam was there when I bought my guitar. We spent a long
boy.
time in
Yeah.
that shop looking at guitars. It's funny. I picked up the first one. I was like, kind of felt drawn to this one. Put it back down. Played every other guitar. Came back to the first one.
Yep.
And then ended up buying it. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
what-
whereas I feel if you went with me though, I'd be like, oh, look at this microphone, look at this console. You'd be like, Joel, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
Can we
to
just
some
go?
degree, I feel like you can relate a little bit, but not nowhere near as much. So,
Kind of your favorite moment.
I think it's the kazoo. Yeah.
Yeah?
I think my favorite moment's the kazoo. Yeah, for sure.
I think that's gonna be a award. Yeah. Anyway, Ruben.
Just like I think it was just like and like also like I think the part of the kazoo that I loved was just the panic of it. And when I went up to do it, I was just like, whatever's good. I was like I'm just gonna wail into this thing and hope for the best.
Ruben,
Yeah.
what was your least and favorite moments?
I think my least favorite moment would be probably trying to do the harmonies.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was abysmal.
I love
That
that.
was
That was so
painful.
funny. These guys are like, oh, it's so awful.
Like
I'm just,
literally,
winging it.
who was it? Connor called us up to try and do some harmonies. I was like, oh no.
Do you know what? Some of them actually.
I feel like we should play it back for them.
Do you know
Yeah,
what's
just the harmonies, right?
Just the
Just
harmony.
play the harmonies.
Do you know what's that makes more effort for you, not me.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
It's worth it.
What I was going to say though is, do you know what's even more annoying about that? That was Ruben's least favorite bit, but he sounded all right compared to me.
I think because like I think it's like it still sounds fine. It's just like if it's just back in the mix, you know, it's just kind of like, oh, it's a nice little like
We'll
subtle
see when I
sound,
work
like,
on it.
just- yeah, we still got to work on it a little bit more.
Just add some auto tune. It might help.
Yeah, like honestly,
No, why though? Because it will auto-tune everyone.
Yeah, but but it won't matter because at least it'll be right. But then just
so-
tone it, pull it down, and then
So yeah, if Sam needs to be, if we put auto-tune on it, and Sam's up here, it needs to be pitched down a
'cause
bit.
But
it's
there's-
all
but
It
there's
will
one
also
track.
pitch all of you
there's-
down.
Oh yeah,
but
true.
it's
That's
automatic,
right.
so it
'Cause we were
shifts
all
all the
singing in
notes
one
right
microphone. I
to
forgot
one
about that,
place.
Not quite.
Won't
But
work that way, unfortunately. Yeah.
I do know.
All I'm going to
it's-
say is I'm not up here ever. I'm always down here. Anyway, so that's Ruben's least favorite moment. What is Ruben's favorite moment?
This might sound a little odd at first, but I think it was when Connor was recording his acoustic part.
We did laugh a lot in that moment. We
Yeah.
were joking a lot.
That was mostly just because it was a break.
Fair enough. You get to chill.
I just got to sit down and just watch Connor just
Struggle.
do it again.
Classic. I mean, we were laughing our heads off all through that. I'm not going to lie. There were points where I was laughing in the recordings going, oh, that's probably not a good idea.
One thing I wanted to point out, Sam,
Something about
is that we've kind of forgotten some people that we needed to thank also for helping us out massively.
Oh, I
and
was
that's
gonna
Maddie.
do that at the end, but okay.
Oh, I'm gonna do that now. Thank you to Maddie and Lockie. They're part of the Make Creative crew. They're not here today, unfortunately, but they helped out heaps with filming us.
Yes, they did.
So that's like it's so nice because most of the time Sam and I have to do most of the filming stuff. Oh, and Joel, sorry, Sam, Joel, and I have to do all the filming stuff. And if I go vlogging and go to other churches and stuff, I have to do it myself, and that's why there's hardly any content. Yeah, because I'm trying to do a lead a service and like fellowship with other people there as well, and it's just a bit full on to try and also record. And I don't want to go up to people with like, oh look, like get in their face and stuff like that. That's not why we do it. So
no, they very appreciative of what they did. It was very good.
Yeah, it was so like I felt that they were really good. They were like super professional. They moved into the like moments. Like Lockie even helped me with writing. So a lot of like the writing stuff, like Lockie chimed in and gave some advice as well. So that was super helpful as well.
Yeah. And also, I guess, a thank you to Velocity as well for letting us film here. Because we made a complete mess of this room and then packed it all up before Sunday.
Before Sunday, yeah. When do we finish? Like 10:30, something like that. I know we're at Macca's at like 11:30. Not sponsored. Like just eating some like dinner because nowhere else is open.
Yeah. Anyway, so Joel, what was your favorite and least favorite moment?
Favorite moment is definitely the kazoo, but
beautiful.
like partly just the fact it's a kazoo and it's a fantastic grand finale for the song.
Yeah.
But also just seeing everyone collapse on the floor in laughter as it's being played.
Yeah. I mean,
everyone then also try to hold in laughter, knowing that if someone laughs during this track, the whole take is ruined and there's not enough time to redo it.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It almost didn't matter. It was like the laughter, if anything, I think helps it.
At the end, it does.
I remember.
At the end.
I remember having a quote unquote hero moment in that because so the cameras died periodically through the recording, which made things difficult, and no one was filming Connor when he was doing vocals or harmony or the kazoo.
Oh yeah.
And so one of the cameras had just enough charge that I grabbed it, ran over to him as he got the kazoo and stuck it in his face so that we could get some footage of him.
Right. I didn't realize I didn't get any of my vocals either.
We got the main camera.
No.
The main camera was adjusted.
The main camera captured everything. It was just close.
No, I got some of your vocals as well.
Okay,
I did
cool.
both. But
I thought the hero moment you were talking about is when we were starting the vocals and the main camera was panned over for the everything else, and like last minute you like just move it across.
Yeah. So that was, I feel like that was a hero moment.
Yeah.
And then I after that immediately fell into the drums laughing when the kazoo was going. You know what I found really hard? This was what I was going to say. I remember now. The thing I found really hard that I did not think about it at all is when we recorded, like actually recorded, there were separate rooms. So I would talk to Joel or somebody else a lot while someone was recording, or we'd make notes of like where someone makes a mistake, or we'd make jokes about something in another room so it didn't affect the recording. You couldn't do it when it was all happening in the same room.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Me and Ruben would make a joke and go, uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's just like...
and I couldn't do like my classic like...
Yeah. What?
So like I couldn't do any of those pranks. So that was sad as well,
Yeah.
But we did have the in-ears, so like maybe I could have.
In-ears.
But
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. So.
But yeah, so that was an interesting experience where, but yeah, I'm happy with how the song sounded for
3 hours. It's pretty good,
For as long as
it's also it's a 5-minute song. So that's pretty good too. So
would you guys do it again?
Oh, if we had other players as well, and if I could just focus on the electric, maybe.
So here's the problem, because I don't think we should. Because to me, it gets too many cooks in the kitchen, like for the amount of time. Do you know what I mean? Like if there's like heaps, like the album of the day stuff, there's only 2 of them. Like the camera people will occasionally go like, here's a line you could use, but
that's fine. Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
Fine,
like the less people we use, probably the better for the clarity of it, because there's too many ideas then and it gets too messy. That's what I reckon, in my personal opinion. That's why we're like, oh, we'll get Ruben because he can play multiple instruments.
I think also like, because it's like the less people also means like you don't want it to be like easy, right? Like if anything, you want it to be harder. Like if I was to do this next time, I'd be like same people but like 2 hours.
No.
This is
like,
the
hang on, no,
guy
but
that
no.
was like, we could probably do two songs.
Yeah, but hear me out. But now we know. Don't do it to a click. Put the amp in another room and record at the same time as the drums. Like, do all these things that we should have done from the get-go. That would have fundamentally saved us an hour and a half. So really, you take all those mistakes away. It's like half the time to mistakes we just didn't know. You know?
Yeah. I think like...
And also, you want things to be more challenging, right? You don't want things to get easier. Like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Otherwise you
So
start
then
doing
we do
extra
it with the
songs.
click, yeah?
Yeah. We just add the click in.
Add the click in. It makes it so much easier.
It's hard mode. It's hard mode. Yeah.
It's a hard mode,
Yeah. It's like, you know, let's
What
make
if
a
we
challenge.
did it, we started it, but like you start with the clicks, with a BPM, and you just have to play to that BPM no matter what?
Oh, I don't think that would be like too much more difficult.
I think I could do that.
I would definitely make it harder though.
Yeah.
You're forced to pick a BPM, so you have to like, because you know, it's like open book. You can make a
right.
fast
You
or a
mean
slow
like
song.
pick one BPM and
that's
you
it.
cannot change it for the whole.
That's right.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant just like playing along to a metronome, and
that
I was
metronome
like,
just-
No,
I think I could do that.
No.
That metronome just plays throughout the entire session.
That sounds great.
And it's like jungle drums.
That's
That
like when
would
they
be
get.
brutal.
It's not like a clear like. It's like.
Oh my goodness.
Boom, boom,
Jeez,
boom,
that's like when
boom.
they start playing that Mariah Carey song in the shops, and all the retail workers are just like, oh, gonna hear it for the like 11th time today.
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't know, like I feel like everyone's semi-disciplined, but like the radio stations are like, we can't play Carol like Christmassy songs until like the first. But the first came round, and like that was the first song, and pretty much the only song I've heard of that's like
Oh
a
my
Christmas song.
gosh,
Because like
yeah.
I'm in and out of the car. Don't be wrong. It's not like I listen to the radio all day, but yeah,
I think people getting ready for Christmas is happening earlier and earlier.
yeah.
It's
I don't know. I didn't see
I don't
much
like
Christmas
it.
stuff early on this year.
I saw like a great split between people who were like getting happy about Christmas in November and just the other half that were just absolutely getting angry at those people. Why are you setting up Christmas
I know
lights in
which
your house in
team I'm in.
November?
The divide is growing stronger every
I
year.
feel like these videos made me have to be in a Christmas spirit before I ever wanted to be in a Christmas spirit.
You know what's funny? I wore that Santa hat the entire time. And
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. I just
needed
missed the
your
elf
elf
That's what
costume.
that
dude.
ringing noise is.
Does that mean technically that I played another? Because I played the bells as well. So I've got another instrument. I'm 4 instruments now.
Oh my
5.
gosh!
No,
Connor,
yeah,
just
5
stop. You're
instruments.
too talented. We can't
say,
keep up
dude.
with you. It's too much.
But you know what was interesting is that at the start I was just like, when we started recording, we just like sat down and we all stared at each other for a moment.
Yes.
And we're just like,
What have we done?
I was like, I've got an idea, and just played something.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, I don't know, what's that? D&E.
Cool. Cool. Let's go.
Yeah, and then we just D&E, and then I did the chorus for it as well. Just like, yeah, just kept that. Which I loved it. I felt like that made it like really like, you know, like ba 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 ga, ba. Like I don't know. I felt that was really really fun. And I think the drums worked really well with that, especially like really like highlighted all those accents. If that's
Good job, Ruben.
So
You rusty drummer.
yeah.
Rusty.
and like you were playing the bass line at that
Yeah.
time. And
At that time.
and then forgot it.
What I find even more funny is I never once played it right. Like during that time, I always made a mistake because I was still trying to understand the timing because you switched the timing on me halfway through. So like,
No, it wasn't the timing. It was the I changed the melody a little bit.
yes.
It wasn't that I changed the melody. It's just that I wanted to like expand on it.
Yeah,
So it was
but it
extra
changed
notes, yeah.
the way that it went, and so it confused me. And then we didn't practice the new way, and so I was like, "How do I do this?"
You know what's pretty funny? You know what's even funnier? Because I rehashed it. Like since then, I've played just that little melody a couple of times. I was like, oh, I kind of like it. It's like kind of peaceful. We played it the other night when we were doing some songwriting, and it's kind of like lo-fi. Like a little bit lo-fi.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah. So maybe there's something there, but
maybe.
yeah. But I'm pretty sure when I played the bass, it wasn't even close. To
No,
the
it
same.
wasn't.
Well, it wasn't. It was close, but it was. I know for a fact that I played it wrong, but we just didn't have time.
You did play it wrong because I remembered when you played it. I went, "I can now do it," and you went, "No, I'm going to do it," and I went, "Okay."
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because I can't remember what I did exactly, but it's fine. What I played was still worked. It's just not exactly what I had in mind.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so if we were to do it again, so when we do it again,
When we do it again.
when we do it again,
Would we?
what do we think we should do? Is it like just a yearly Christmas carol thing, or is it like do we try and write a different type of song? Like, what do we feel?
I was sort of saying before, it'd be cool to like have like bring maybe turn it into like do it maybe just one time, just turn it into like a head to head sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works with Joel.
I mean,
we could just do 2 sessions.
Yeah.
Right?
I can't do two recording sessions at the same time.
Oh no.
2 songs at the same time. Imagine getting them confused, and then someone's like just
We
playing
might need to bring in a second sound guy.
Yeah, second sound guy.
Yeah.
We could get our old sound guy.
Yeah.
That's the best joke ever.
No. No.
Sounds like never again.
Never again.
He's having Vietnam flashbacks.
Never again. I'm not re-recording a podcast 3 times. Anyway.
Don't worry, your dad will
Good
come
thing this
fix
is the fourth
Love you,
take.
Calvin.
Your dad will come and fix it, so it's fine.
Yeah. We had an idea sort of like that where we wanted to get like 3 songwriters and give them a
that's
week.
right,
Do you
yeah.
remember that?
Yeah, we just like give them a week to like go away, write a song, like come back and record it and stuff.
Let people choose who.
And then let people vote. Yeah,
Yeah.
let people vote on like what they thought was the best song.
Can you imagine if we actually tried to do a whole album?
Like in
like,
one sitting.
yeah.
Like yeah.
Because like afterwards.
In 3 hours?
No. 3 hours.
10 songs, 3 hours. Can we do it?
No, because the Album of the Day guys
just hear
did. I think
Connor.
it was 40.
I think we could do 11 songs.
I think it was.
Yeah, I reckon we do 12.
It was 50 minutes per song for
they go-
10
their-
hours,
for their
12
one, yeah.
hours. Yeah. Ridiculous. Like that was.
But that's what I mean though. But they kind of like they understood like how to make it as efficient as possible. Like,
Yeah.
They're recording
but
and
they're
writing
definitely
at
at
the
their
same time.
limits. You know, like 50 minutes is like pushing
Oh,
absolutely.
they were pushing it.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, well, they finished. When did they finish the most recent one? Like, there's like a minute left, right, or something like that.
No,
Two
they
minutes.
got- they
added an extra
They added an extra
song.
song because they had like a little bit extra time.
Cuts out in the middle.
Yeah, it cuts out in the middle because they
Yeah.
ran out of time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like it. It would kind of be fun to do that, but man, it would take a lot of work. I was so. This is gonna sound weird. I got home and my legs were aching.
Your legs were aching.
Yeah, like I was so wrecked after that because like I was the first one here, right? So like setup of everything.
Yeah.
Set up
And
the
then-
chairs
Yeah.
that we had to pack up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I don't want
that's
to talk
right.
about that. That's right. That made me mad. The
Oh, we're gonna have to pack up all these chairs. Actually,
the setup
sorry,
and
Sam.
the actual filming and the stress of it. For some reason, my legs wouldn't stop aching afterwards. I think I'm just a wimp. That too.
I think you're just
Yeah,
a wimp.
I think
Probably,
you're just getting
yeah.
old, man.
You're just getting old.
Old man Sam.
Rip.
Old man Sam. It's all right. Me and you are the same age.
Knees
Connor.
weak.
I know, we're
Arms
the
are heavy.
same age. It's so annoying.
28, right?
Yeah, shh. We didn't talk about that. I got my age wrong. I'm at that age now where I don't remember my age anymore. That's how old I am.
Dude.
Yeah. But yeah.
I feel
So-
like grey streaks in your hair already. Man.
Yeah, I know, but you know what, Ruben?
Yeah.
White, like grey hairs is a sign of wisdom, mate. It's biblical.
Also means you're old.
It does also mean I'm old.
But think of it this way: you're closer to heaven than Ruben is.
Not necessarily.
not dark at all.
Also
but
not
okay.
necessarily.
That's super awesome.
I mean, no, but like, it's not necessarily true.
On a biological level, it is.
But well, I mean, there's a lot of
Age-wise,
variables.
I
that
think
come
what
into
he's
that.
meaning to say is age-wise, technically you are.
Yeah, sure. Like
Depends on,
probability wise,
average
provided
lifespan.
that nothing we have no tragedies
nothing
in life.
other than natural causes kills us.
Yeah. I mean, no one technically dies of natural causes, right? No
I
one
don't know
dies
if
from
I'm
just
gonna
being
cut this
old.
bit.
They die because of something unnatural happening to them.
What is happening? I regret all of this.
Absolute tangent.
I regret all of
Sorry,
this.
just whose fault was this?
No one dies.
No, it was Sam's fault. 100% Sam's
No,
fault.
it was fine.
When are we getting back to my least favorite part of the recording process?
Joel,
So funny.
Joel, what was your least favorite part?
Joel, Oh, what was your least favorite?
What was your least favorite part? So anyway, I.
Trying to get.
What was your least favorite part? Joel, 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 what
Oh man, this is.
Come on, what was your least favorite part?
Trying to get kind of scratch tracks down.
We also made Joel laugh, which is good.
Oh,
You had that done earlier.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes, the scratch tracks for Connor were the worst. I think we've decided that Ruben's going to record the scratch tracks from now on.
No, definitely not.
Yes, he's going to be way more in time than you. Look at that Whopper training.
Having like a badge here, man. Whopper certified.
Just have a Hungry Jack's logo next to it.
Oh, I like that. That's good. No, I'm not even kidding you guys. Like,
I mean,
if
that
you
Hungry
guys-
Jats logo signifies that he's going to
You know
heaven
what they
first.
do?
Joel said
his
the
least
scratch
favourite.
track was his worst moment.
Why was it your worst?
Why was the
moment?
worst
Oh,
moment?
it's just frustrating trying
Yeah,
to get
so
Connor to play in
anyways.
time.
Actually, no. Anyway, it's all right.
Ruben made a joke while he was sitting on the drums at the very start where he went flash forward an hour and we're still going to be here. And an hour later, he was right.
man.
He predicted correctly.
I've got the gift of prophecy.
Oh my gosh, yes, Ruben, that is the gift you have. Hey, thanks for watching that video. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you know when our next video comes out. Have an awesome week.